Chair now recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr. McClintock, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, the collapse of our southern border now poses a mortal danger to our country. No civilization has ever survived the magnitude of mass migration that this administration is not only accommodating, but is encouraging. When Donald Trump left office, we had operational control of our border. The border wall was nearing completion. Court-ordered deportations were finally being enforced. The migrant protection protocols negotiated with Mexico reduced the number of fraudulent asylum claims to a trickle. All that Biden needed to do was to continue these policies. Instead, he reversed them on his first day in office. He ordered the border wall to be abandoned, leaving construction gaps that make it useless. He ordered ICE to cease enforcing the law. He reversed the Remain in Mexico policy. And he sent a clear and unmistakable message heard around the world: America is now a nation without borders. And nations without borders aren't around very long. The numbers are staggering. In July, Customs and Border Patrol encountered 212,000 foreign nationals illegally entering our country. That is the entire population of Birmingham, Alabama, in a month. In August, another 209,000. That's Des Moines, Iowa. There have been already 1.5 million such encounters this year, and the Gallup organization warns us there are 42 million people living in poverty in Latin America and the Caribbean who intend to come here if they can. And they are. Almost overnight last week, 15,000 Haitian nationals illegally crossed the border and set up camp in Del Rio, Texas. It's reported that DHS is tracking an additional 40,000 to 60,000 Haitian migrants between Colombia and the U.S. border. Contrary to claims by the administration, only a fraction of them have been returned to Haiti. It appears the vast majority are being rapidly and furtively processed into our communities. There is no denying the fact that this is a deliberate policy by this administration to fundamentally change the economy, politics, culture, customs, and institutions of the American Republic. Democrats on the Judiciary Committee just voted to grant amnesty, permanent legal residence, and a fast track to citizenship for between 8 and 10 million foreign nationals who have already illegally entered our country, defied our laws, thumbed their noses at our sovereignty, and are demanding to stay and expecting American taxpayers to continue to support them. 8 to 10 million. We need to understand what that means. 8 million is the entire population, every man, woman, and child living in the states of Alaska, Maine, Delaware, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Rhode Island, Montana, and Vermont combined. This at a time when real family earnings are declining, crime is increasing, homelessness is rampant, and mounting debt is killing the American dream of a better future for our children. Is it any wonder our borders are overwhelmed? Ask the migrants why they're coming. Every one of them will tell you it's because of Joe Biden's promise of admission, amnesty, and citizenship. That's why we're seeing this tragic and shocking trafficking of young children. And it's going to continue until we secure our border and start enforcing our immigration laws, which are already among the most liberal in the world. We're told we need to legalize those who illegally took American jobs as essential workers during the pandemic. Well, the fact is 45% of the entire workforce is considered essential by the government. That's hardly an exclusive group. But what the Democrats are really saying is that if you are part of the 55% of Americans they don't consider essential, and you lost your job during their leftist lockdowns, you'll be pushed aside for those who violated our laws, broke the rules, and now compete in the job market that you're trying to get back into, all using your money to do it. Please, someone explain to me, how are American workers helped by flooding the labor market with another wave of illegal immigration? How are our children, who have been robbed of an entire year of their educations, helped by filling their classrooms with non-English-speaking classmates? How are our communities made safer by making it harder to deport criminal illegal aliens and gang members? How are our hospitals made more accessible by overwhelming emergency rooms with illegal immigrants demanding care? Mr. Speaker, people are asking me every day, how could this have happened to our country? And the answer is simple. If you voted for the Democrats, this is what you voted for. And if you're surprised, you weren't paying attention. I yield back.